Shalom, shalom, sisters. Gotta give all honor and glory and praise to the Most High God of Israel. YAHAWASHI. Shabbat shalom to those observing. I was studying this over the Sabbath and I wanted to share it with y'all. Just some precepts for when all hell breaks loose. And sorry, let me do that. But I know a lot of the times, Satan, he can sometimes jump on us and make us feel anxious or nervous or even scared for the times that we're coming in as we see these prophecies coming to pass and come to pass. It could be a wake-up call for some people to be like, hey, am I going to be ready in that time? Have I studied enough precepts to be able to tap into that wisdom whenever all hell breaks loose? These are things that I personally have meditated on, praying that the Most High, can deliver us in these times that we're about to come in during famine, that we make sure that we trust in the Lord no matter what comes. So, no matter what comes our way, we got to make sure that we're trusting in YAHAWASHI. No matter what's happening to, our husband or our kids, we still got to maintain that faith and trust in the Most High. We cannot sell out because our salvation is on the line. It's ultimately a test, who's going to be, survival of the fittest, if you will, survival of who is going to have that spirit on them in that day, that spirit to be like, I'm not denouncing YAHAWASHI. I'm not going to go off. I'm going to maintain my integrity before the Lord, YAHAWASHI, no matter what man threatens me or tries to do to people around me. These are things we got to meditate on and really just be praying for, really. So I'm going to get into the precepts. We got Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So we got to look at this. This is a classic, but we got to look at these precepts and really make sure that they're ingrained in our mind, because this is a beautiful precept to think about when we're in that moment where, Esau or if whoever has a gun to our head and is like, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't denounce the Lord or anything like that, anything wicked, anything that's going against the law, statutes, commandments. We gotta think about this. Look, the generations of old, they died for the Lord. They were about the Father's business. They're aligned with YAHAWASHI and his will. So we got to think about, our forefather Eliezer. He refused to eat pork. He said, look, I'm not doing it. We got to be in that same spirit. The second Maccabees 7 mother and her sons, they were not going to do it. They're not going to fold on the Lord, because we know that the punishment for giving into man and his tactics, or, even giving into our own flesh, is going to end in our demise. So we got to keep these things in mind. If we abide in the fear of YAHAWASHI, we're not going to be forsaken. The Most High can have it to where he can have food in the midst of a famine for you and your family. He can have it to where y'all have shelter, where he put the spirit on you to know, okay, this berry we can eat and this berry we can't eat. Okay, we need to go over here. This will be wise. Lord, please guide our steps. The Lord's not going to forsake us as long as we meditate upon his works and know that the Lord can do anything. He's not going to leave us confounded because we're putting our whole trust in him. It's just not going to happen. That's not the Lord. That's not his character. That's not him. So verse 11 reads, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, longsuffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. So the Lord can save us in that time of affliction. Whatever that affliction may be, the Lord can save us. 1 Samuel 12:22. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. So we got to think about it like this. The Most High has chosen us out of darkness into his marvelous light. He's chosen Israel as a nation, first and foremost. His favorite people, his chosen people. He's not going to forsake his people, especially we're keeping the commandments. We're trusting in him, having faith in YAHAWASHI. He's not going to forsake us. He's not going to forsake his people for his great name's sake. The Lord has always came through for the nation of Israel, those who abide in his will. So the Most High is not going to forsake us in that day. We got to keep this in mind. As long as we keep doing what we're supposed to do, hey, the Lord has great pleasure in saving us in time of affliction, in times of trouble. We got to keep this in mind because it pleased the Lord to make us his people. All praise the Most High. Call YAHAWASHI. Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Hey, I'm going to keep going. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So I know a lot of the time, sometimes we get nervous. We don't know what to expect. We know our lives are going to change drastically when all hell breaks loose. And we can be kind of afraid of the destruction that's coming. Like, dang, we're going to be at war. There's going to be nukes dropping over here. A lot of people dying in the streets and all types of things. But the Most High said what? He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. It's an easy thing for the Lord to protect us in that day. The Lord is not going to let any evil touch us as long as we're keeping the commandments. In famine, he's going to redeem us from death. We're not going to be looking like, choose the word wisely. He's not going to have our stomachs licking our ribs. He's not. At least not for too long. The Most High can make it to where, yeah, you and your family haven't eaten in a few days, but you know what? You don't feel no hunger pains. You're not sick. You're not weak. You still can, have some agility to you. You can still move and do this and that. The Most High can do that. The Most High can do that. You cannot put the Most High in a box. He can do that. The Most High can put it to where, y'all are walking, y'all come across one of them underground bunkers that these rich people done made, thinking that they can, escape the judgment of the Lord, like Goofy. But the Most High can have y'all stumble upon that. It's mad food in there. So these are things we gotta keep in mind. And in war, from the power of the sword. So, if you're nervous, you don't know if you're going to get caught up in that war, or maybe like the draft, or, whatever the case may be, when America goes to war, in World War III, eventually. That's what you got to think about. This is what we got to think about. In the war, the Most High is going to redeem us from the power of the sword. He's going to take care of us. We got to believe it. We got to believe it. With faith, without faith, we have nothing. So I'm going to go back down to where I was, salachya. Job 5:22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So you ain't got to be scared about no bears coming up on y'all's little, campsite or wherever y'all posted up for on a certain particular day and get eaten by the bears and stuff like that. The Most High controls these animals. He controls everything. So That's, again, another thing we got to keep in mind. At destruction and famine, we shall laugh, because we've been keeping the commandments this whole time that we've come into the knowledge of the truth. We've been fasting, praying, studying, and, making our calling and election sure, and so willing. So we're going to be laughing in that day. We're going to be straight. We're going to be straight, most high willing. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and 15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. It's plain. There's no explanation for that. It's written. Verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Not some, all their troubles. Verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. So, of course, it's expected to go through some hard times when all hell breaks loose. Not saying it's going to be smooth, cakewalk, but we gotta stand in the pain. All these trials and tribulations we're going through right now, the financial troubles, things not working out as it should. These are things that are preparing us ultimately for the times to come. And this is what we got to remember. That the Lord, he's a just God. He's not a man that he shall lie. He put all these different precepts in the scriptures for us to remember in this time. He did that. He did that. So, I don't know what just happened. But, so, I'm going to read verse 19. Oh, salachya. Salachya, y'all. I don't know what just happened. Not Satan. I'm sorry, y'all. My notes got deleted. Nothing but say it. But as I try to fix this, sisters, feel free to drop some precepts that come to mind, some things that give you comfort when you think about the end times. And know that it can definitely help some other sisters. Y'all, I have no idea what is going on. This is Satan. But, okay, I think we're back in program. Salahia, y'all. Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. That's plain. It goes perfectly with Sirach 2 and 10. David is saying right here, he has not seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. So we got to make sure that we really remember this one for those that are worried about our children, those of us that have children, oh, they're going to be hungry, or, oh, they won't be able to, keep up or whatever. The Most High placed this scripture right here for us, for our comfort. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. And you're not going to see it, because the Most High does not forsake his people for his great name's sake. This is verse, kind of backwards, but Psalms 37 and 18. Salachya. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Forever. They, verse 19, Salachya, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. So in the days of famine we shall be satisfied, because the Most High knows the days of the upright. As long as we're upright, our inheritance is going to be forever. We're not going to be ashamed in the evil time. We're not going to be having our head hanging low. Oh man, this, that, woe is me, all that. No, that's not how it's going to go down. That's not how it's going to go down. And I'm going to get Romans 3, salachya, Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Lord forbid. Lord forbid. Nothing should separate us. Nothing should separate us from YAHAWASHI. Nothing. Nothing. We got to love this truth right now while we're still in captivity. We got to love this word, these words of life, the Most High. Everything that has to do with YAHAWASHI. We got to love it. No matter what we're going through. Tribulation. Might be financial troubles. It might be, getting thrown in jail, distress. You might be hungry a few days. You might be suffering loss, mourning somebody, whatever the case is. Persecution. Head might be in a guillotine. Children might be about to get killed or something by these wicked nations. Famine. Hungry. Ain't eating a certain amount of days. Nakedness. Your clothes might be torn up, and y'all don't wore the same clothes from all the way before Jacob's trouble. Then kicked off, so on and so forth. We got to keep these things in mind, that nothing should separate us from the love of the Most High. The Most High has given us this grace period to be able to meditate upon these precepts in that time. So in that time, we can be straight because we got them up here, written in our minds and our hearts. Psalm 78:5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. Verse 6. That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. Verse 7. That they might set their hope in YAHAWAH, the Most High God, and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. So in that time, right now is the time. Right now is the time to be remembering the works of YAHAWASHI. This is why it's important to read the works of the Lord. The only way you can read the works of the Lord is you open up your Bible. You got to read these words of life. Read these words of life and teach them to our children. And for some of us who have children, our children got children. We got to continuously teach them, because that's love. That's love. And when we teach them that, we got to set our hope in YAHAWASHI, thus they'll remember, okay, the Most High has never forsaken the righteous. Never. I got to remember the works of the Most High. The Most High has saved our people out of Egypt, made us walk through a sea. Made us walk through the Red Sea. He's confounded nations, killed nations. We spoiled nations through the Most High. The Most High has had birds, animals give food to the people of the Most High. These are the things we got to remember. We got to keep his commandments, and the Most High will take care of us. This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. So, this is a beautiful precept that I love to meditate on. It's one of my favorite precepts. Just going into not having that fear of what man can do to us. That's Matthew 10:28. We can't be fearing what man says. Oh, we're going to take your children away. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to throw you in prison. We're going to kill you. This, that. We can't fear the words of a sinful man, because his glory is going to be dung and worms. The Most High is going to take care of him. He going to handle that. But we got to maintain our integrity before YAHAWASHI, no matter what man is posing to us. And verse 63 reads, today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing. So their thought is going to come to nothing at the end of the day. The Most High going to take care of it. Yeah, they might be lifted up. They might be proud. They might be having a sense of authority, quote unquote. But at the end of the day, they're done for. Dust, nothing. And we get a crown at the end of the day. This is Psalms 33 and 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. Verse 19. To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. So Lord willing, this was helpful. The eyes of the Lord is upon the righteous, upon those that fear him. We just need to fear the Most High, YAHAWASHI. Continue to abide in his commandments, and he will take care of us right now, in this current life, and in the life to come. Most High willing, he will deliver our soul from death and keep us alive through famine, through the pestilence, etc., etc. We must yearn for the salvation of the Lord. I love y'all so very much. I'm going to get this one last precept. And then I'm going to close out. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. This is out of YAHAWASHI's mouth. So, wise words from the king. We can't fear those that try to kill us, kill our families. But we got to make sure that we're fearing YAHAWASHI, because he's the one who can destroy our soul. He's the one who determines whether we're 1/3 or 2/3. So, I love y'all, sisters. And call YAHAWASHI. Shalom.